live on Galaxy Television. I still have Pastor Dolly with me in the studios. Also, Mr. Somi Uranta is here, and Kemak Oyena is also here at the table. All right, we have some messages. Let's quickly run through those and then we get moving on the show. This one says, please and please let Nice realize that he has lost his prestige because of worldly things. Ouch. Patience, quite honestly, this speaking in tongues is complicated. In the Bible, the apostles spoke other countries' languages on the day of Pentecost. I don't believe Kabash, Karapampa is a language, and honestly, I don't really think speaking in tongues is a criteria to be a born-again Christian. God gives different gifts. How can churches say they can teach people how to speak in tongues? Did the apostle do that? Davis sent that one in. All right, this other one says, good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. Tongues is in two folds. That is speaking/prophesying in tongues, which needs interpretation, and praying in tongues, which needs no interpretation. Which one is he talking about? Josiah from Zaria sent that one in. All right, let's push it along now because of time. Now, for those who say Nigerian women are not romantic, I'm about to disappoint you. A certain young lady actually went to her man's place of work to propose to propose to him.
Is that one romance?
Is it not romance? It is romance. All right, you know, previously on the program, we've always been bringing videos of men proposing to women in different ways, but this is a totally different one. This time around, it is the woman who went to the man's place of work to actually do the propose. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
First let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. You are the treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say every day I dey pray for you. Oh, yeah.
It's okay. So you people cannot say we are not romantic again. All right. So, Mr. Somiranta, behind the camera, you were saying something. Yes. I want people to hear.
I was actually saying that the man has just been married.
He has been married.
The woman
has been married off.
Okay, married off to the woman. So the woman is going to pay bride price on the man.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Groom price. God bless you. Groom price.
Can we not bring in those kind of sentiments? Like we're just ruining what's supposed to be like a happy thing.
Of course, it's good now.
I think
we have to follow it, you know, to a logical conclusion.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that lady has guts. Yeah, she's very gutsy.
The man is a weakling.
No, not exactly.
No.
Not exactly. But you know, the thing, it's for me, of course, whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Okay.
And the actual reality,
as a feminist,
the actual reality is, in most relationships, it is the woman that
who pushes the man. Yes, like so, it's time to get married.
It's just a culture and the mindset around the man should be the one to ask. Nothing says it is absurd or out of place for a woman. You've been in a relationship with this man and you see a future. For me, I don't see anything wrong in the woman saying, let's get married or marry me. You understand? Please, we need to...
Yes, I get what you're saying. Like, however, you can say that in a conversation. But you coming out
the truth is,
to physically...
Yeah. The bold mind.
It's nothing to... But watching it
is like, yes.
You understand? Because
it takes guts.
That mental... You know, that mental
I don't think the Nigerian society is there yet, you know, to see this and not.
Yeah. It's not a norm. And there's just
there are reasons.
What are the reasons?
There are reasons. There are reasons. So don't worry, let's keep the reasons. We'll get to that. There are several reasons. So many.
It's quite and you know the way the man's reaction.
Yeah.
My heart
exactly.
It's too in your face for me, even though in my mind and in my mindset, and I know, look, 98% of marriages is the lady that pushes. Now, what are we waiting for? I'm not getting any younger.
Exactly. You know, to take it from there and actually put it the way a social media user actually put it in commenting to this video, said there's nothing wrong in you actually proposing to a man who has wasted your years. You know, so you know, right? Like, I've been with you for like 7 years, we're dating. Can we just get it over and done with, you know, already? Exactly. Yeah, I could say that. That's what I was saying. I could say that in a conversation, but I won't like go to his workplace. No, she is. That man such a bold person. You think the man has been sorry? You think the man has been reduced? Oh no.
I think they are dynamic.
Okay, let's hear Pastor Dolly. Pastor Dolly.
What gave the girl the courage to do that is because
the man has been weak.
No,
she knows the man. She knows that loves her.
Yes.
She knows the man is ready. And there may have been discussions that they have it behind closed doors.
That the man is weak to say it in public now. Are you ashamed of using that word?
Mr. Somi, hold on, everybody.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are watching and listening to what we're saying, and there are so many people who get influenced by what they hear, what they see. Can we be careful what we say? Because I have a problem with Nigerian men always translating, you know, gestures of love, you know, given to them. If it is not them giving it, you know, and if it's them accepting it as a sign of weakness, that for me, you know, it just doesn't. I don't think it means the man is weak.
At home and all that. She may have even told the man, I'm the one who is going to propose.
You know, playfully.
And probably the man, she got the reaction from the man that gave her the point.
You're laughing. You're laughing at me.
I'm laughing because I know this is so.
Possible she was never serious. She may be the one who is never too serious in the relationship. The man may have been doubting her love and commitment. So she was like, I'm going to surprise you. And she just gave him this.
Exactly.
Particularly the man's
reaction.
It
yes.
was really heartwarming. And then it shows their relationship dynamic is in a very balanced place. For me, that's a man who is not threatened by his masculinity.
Thank you, Charles.
That's just what I
Mr. Somi.
Right? But the lady has guts.
She does have guts.
To do that in public.
I would do that for $1 million. I wouldn't. Yes. Because I'm not that bold. Even though I can put this in a conversation. That's what I said. Like we're talking and I'll be like, we've been on for like 7 years. What are we waiting for? Can we?
The truth is,
but like to do that.
I wouldn't, if it's a lady I love, I wouldn't want to embarrass her. Right? So what I would do, I would stand her up, take the ring and kneel down.
Oh.
I would twist it around.
Okay, and now do the proposal.
That's what I would do. Because take it or not, that lady you see this marriage, they will continue to be lashed.
To bash them for this.
The culture that we are in.
Okay.
You know.
So why start it?
They will now say Mr.
When you know that
end of this discussion. I don't want Mr. Somi to have the last say in this discussion. So this is the end of this discussion. Okay. Congratulations to the couple. Okay.
Congratulations to the woman. To the lady.
Let me just sound this out to some bold young ladies out there who might want to go and try this, because you know things can trend. Right. Things like, if you want to go and try, shall be sure. Be sure. Be man.
What about the man? After men have done it and the woman refused to take it.
That's why I'm saying be sure. Because a man can take rejection like this, but a woman.
Okay, why not a woman? I thought men and women are the same.
Can we move on?
Because of our culture.
Oh, our culture has come to play.
Yes.
You see, did you notice that girl's face was hidden in that video? You think that girl is very smart?
She was back in the camera. True that.
In case of incasity.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. All right. That was such a heartwarming video to watch anyways. Exactly. Yeah. The man is such a sweet guy. Such a darling. God bless you. for not shaming us, the women. Okay, okay, thank you. Like, I'm taking it very personal. Because if that guy rejected that lady, what did the men has to go hang rope? Like, please, and to the men, we are begging. If a woman comes to you and proposes to you, just have that, that empathy in your heart. Even if you don't love her that much, just say yes for that moment. For that moment, a lot of us do it too, just to, so you are not shamed. Then later we'll talk about it. Please don't embarrass a woman like that. All right, very quickly, Mr. Sami, that's okay.
Off my mic, okay, off my mic.
Let's talk about divorce shaming. Actually, Toke Makinwa and the controversial Reno Omokri have been at loggerheads on social media. All right, now on Monday this week, Reno Omokri actually shared a post on his Twitter handle where he threw jabs at divorced women and slay queens by using throwback photos of former First Lady, late Mrs. Miriam Babangida. Now, he described the late Miriam Babangida as a real beauty and not one of the useless people, in his words, not mine, useless people who corrupt the morals of our youths. All right, now that's the post by Reno Omokri. Now, Toke Makinwa actually felt the jab was directed at her, and then she took to her Twitter handle to slam Reno, describing Reno as an embarrassment. Toke pointed out that being divorced is nothing to shame anyone about. Now, let me quickly read her post. Wow, at your age, your wife and kids must be cringing for you. Such an embarrassment. Divorced is nothing to shame anyone for. Life happens. People like you are the reasons why a lot of people stay in unhealthy situations and lose their dignity and in some cases their lives. You can celebrate a version of beauty without putting another one down. You don't have to meddle in women's business too. If you have a daughter, I hope she gets the courage to never deal with a man as uncouth as you. Stop with the misogyny. I don't care about shots intended my way. What I do care about is the group of women you single-handedly insulted with your divorcee comment. To divorce is not a crime. Every divorced person has survived something, and sometimes getting a divorce is the only option they have. All right, now she went on and on and on and on, but bottom line, what she was trying to say is nobody has a right to put anybody down just because they got married and got divorced. All right, very quickly, Mr. Somi.
Yeah, I love, I've been following Reno Omokri, his nuggets and all that. But just like Toke Makinwa was saying, you cannot remain in a relationship that is killing you. Man, you have to be alive to be married. I mean, this thing is not made in heaven. We are on earth here. So marriage is an earthly thing. I don't think if when we go to heaven, I mean, there's not going to be man or woman to marry and all that. So on earth, if you are married and you find yourself in a situation where you cannot continue, instead of killing your spouse, one way or the other, you do it officially and quit that relationship and stay alive. If you have children, you take care of the children, and then let the people live. Because if one person, out of a fit of anger, harms the other one, the law will take its course. The two of you might lose your life. One might be dead, the other one might just stay in prison all through his or her life. So what's the essence? So I do not take that sweeping statement, that generic statement that divorced people should be ashamed of all that. No. There are reasons why people can divorce. Just like people can get married or remarry again. So it shouldn't be a blanket comment for everybody. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mr. Oranta. Charles.
What I find amusing is why Toke took it personal. The statement by Reno Omokri was simply directed at this current pathetic trend where African girls try to bleach away their black skin. That's what the man was alluding to. Now, he may have thrown in divorcee into the mix, and personally, of course, anyone that knows me knows I believe you have to be alive to be married. So that's another, and which is really another way where someone is, trying to pass across a germane message but then throws in something that totally waters down what he's trying to say. But Reno is that, but for that word divorcee that made it seem like he was shaming people who are divorced, his message was on point. I mean, Mariam, of course, everybody that knows me knows my bias towards Mariam. And recently I had the opportunity to deal directly with the organization that she set up. So Mariam was such a woman, I mean, physically she was there, mentally she was there, socially she was there. So she's kind of like a model of
like an embodiment
of womanhood that should be cherished, you know, and projected to the media, rather than all these so-called slave queens that they nude and all of that. So I think that was the message Reno was trying to pass.
But then the divorcee comment
that comment kind of just ruined it.
The whole thing.
But let's not take it away. Let's not also grab one part of what he's saying and twist the narrative until it becomes something that is not recognizable. So the question is, why did Toke take it personal? Why was she the one to respond? Could it be a case of, you know, when dry bones are mentioned, old men and women get uncomfortable? Or did she see herself in what it was that Reno was saying? But truth be told, you see this generation of, the way this generation defines beauty, trying to mirror the Westerners, it is sick. It is destroying our young girls. It is entrenching low self-esteem in the minds of young girls. However you are beautiful. Fat, slim, tall, short, dark, fair. You need to celebrate what you physically are. And at the end of the day, like what Reno was trying to do, develop the inner person. And let the internal strength you have as an individual, as a woman, and the impact you have in your society, let that be the crux
of who you are. Okay.
What other first lady in African history has endured like Mariam Baba? People don't even talk about her husband.
Thank you, Pastor Dolly.
You know? So that for me is
just like, just to add to what he said, I want to pick the part of shaming the divorce thing. Because like I always tell people, what you say about me is not really what matters about me. It is who I am that matters to me. You know, the way I see myself is what matters to me, because it is typically completely wrong to look at a man or a woman who is divorced and you ended up by saying that, oh, it is because this person is bad and makes this person divorced. It is not always the case. It might be the other person who is bad, who is even walking out of the marriage. Might not be the one who is, you know, the one whom you are even shaming, that just decided that, like I always say, I don't even think there is any woman that does not want to stay in marriage. If you don't want to stay in marriage, why enter? Everyone that is entering, if you look at the day of wedding, the joy and everything, you know this person is like, this is for life, this is for real. But somewhere along the line, things didn't work well and you decide to pack it up. Even if you like, what day you over to announce that I'm divorced, for me, it's not what you say about me, that you have your mouth, you can use it to say whatever you want to use it to say. So who I am is what matters to me. The reason why I do what I do matters to me. Like he said, you cannot, because somebody wants to shame me, or I don't want to be shamed, and you end up being killed. You end up being miserable all your life. I'm a pastor. I believe in the sanctity of marriage. I don't believe you should just throw marriage out away. Like they asked Jesus, should there be divorce for any reason? And Jesus said no, not for any reason. Then he gave his own reason why it can happen. But you know, there are people who say it mustn't happen. So even if you're dying, I think God will be happier to see you stay alive.
And fulfill purpose and destiny.
Purpose and destiny, just to remain and just die young because you want to remain married.
All right, thank you everybody. Quickly, Charles.
What we're saying now is the reason why in communicating our views, we need to be very circumspect. Look at Reno made a very firm point, but just one word
ruins the whole thing.
Ruined the whole thing and changed the narrative of what
Nobody has a right to shame anybody, be it for their body type, be it for their skin color, or be it for their marital status. You don't have that kind of right really to shame anybody, okay? Because the fact that your marriage is working and maybe the other person's own is not working doesn't mean you are better than that other person.
All,
exactly. What is it? Exactly. All right, let's quickly read some messages. Nicholas from Abuja says, this lady took her destiny into her hands and did the needful, and now the narrative has changed. We hope to see more of this coming from our women. Secondly, I think there should be no shaming in divorce. Just like this lady decided to go propose to a man, she should be able to make up her mind not to stay with the man again once things begin to go bad between them. After all, marriage is not a ticket to heaven. Thank you, Nicholas, for your take. Nothing is wrong for a woman to propose to a man. Some men are not bold. Men should appreciate it. Idialu from Garki in Abuja. Thank you. Help me tell Mr. Somi Rata. All right.
The men are not bold, so that man must be weak. You see?
Okay, Nikki Real is back. Says nothing wrong for any woman to propose to a man. In some developed worlds, it is the women that even propose to the men. All right, dear, our time is almost up, but we need to quickly put this out there. Yesterday on the show, I did mention that November 25th every year is a day set aside as the International Day for the elimination of gender-based violence, and Nigeria also joined in recognizing and observing that day. Even the president, did give a speech on that issue. Okay, so yesterday also kick-started 16 days of activism against gender-based violence in Nigeria and also the rest of the world. Okay, so there are campaigns going on everywhere to sensitize people, raise awareness on the issue of violence, because we need to stop especially violence targeted at women. Okay, now RAP and girls. Thank you, Charles. Now RAP Project, that is the Women's Right and Health Project, in partnership with Lagos State Government, are actually taking this message to the women in the grassroots. All right, so I'm going to leave you with clips of some of the talks that went on, at that particular event. Meanwhile, thank you so much, Mr. Somi Ranta, for coming out today.
Thank you.
Kemak, it's been a good time out. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Dolly. Thank you for coming. All right, thank you, everybody, for your contributions. I'll leave you with this clip on sexual violence. See you tomorrow, same time. Have a good day. Bye.
Now, for the past 4 years, Ali Mosho as a local government, sexual and gender-based violence. What does that mean? This is what has been happening in Ali Mosho. And we want to change this, and we cannot do it alone. We have to work with you. So this is the program we're going to be running for this year, and we need your cooperation, we need your assistance, we need to work with you to make Ali Mosho a better place. That was our initial meeting. And then after our initial meeting, what did we do? We now did community training. At our community training, which a lot of us attended for 3 days, it was a 3 days training. What did we do at our community training? We were now training members of the community because they identified the reasons why these cases of rape and sexual and gender-based violence they will not feed the omodo, they will not send the omodo to school. And it's not just omodo. Their own children, people don't send their own children to school. Our mothers will sit down in the house or in the shop. One after makeup, one after paints. They'll be looking down and they will carry heavy plantain or get there. Lori omode, the omode will carry from Aro till in the evening without plan for food though. They will not make plans for the omode to eat. And so we said they identified all these things as problems that are happening in our community and the reasons why. So we started training members of the community that we pointed out as the reasons why these things are happening in our community. Some of them said they were afraid to go to the police, and some of them even said they were afraid of their neighbors, how the neighbors will react if they come up with such cases. And then the number one thing they identified is that some of them did not just know what to do if all these things happened, in case these things happened. And even when they witnessed such things, some people said they simply did not know who to turn to. And so we trained,